What is going on, my friends? Oh, what is going on with my green screen? Guys, I hate using, you know what? I like using blue screens and not green screens. Just wanted to say that before we get started. Look at all this fuzziness happening. Anyway, my name is Tank, guys. It is Wednesday. This is the IBC Gang YouTube channel where we talk about everything that's happening in the traditional markets as well as the crypto markets with a specific interest, as always, with the Cosmos ecosystem. We're going to be jumping into a bunch of things, but let me try to fix this because that's going to drive me crazy. Maybe I can just increase the brightness. Yeah, there we go. Egon, increase the power on our photon packs. Boom. Look at those lights. There we go. There we go. Egon's my favorite, by the way, guys. Before I get started, if you guys would help me out, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification. It really does help out a tremendous amount because this is the bear market. It is the struggle bus time. You know, we're trying to do our best. We're trying to grow organically. We're trying to do it this the right way with the community. So if you would, if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to the channel. It takes no time at all, guys. You should feel good about yourself. It's a Wednesday. Do something positive. Do something nice that helps somebody else out. The world gives back what you put out there. Just letting you know, the world gives back what you put out there. So if you're a supportive person, maybe, just maybe, the world will be supportive of your endeavors throughout the day. Can't make any promises though. Who knows, right? Life is also very unforgiving. But before I go into all of that, I'm going to give you guys some quick love. Guys, what's up, Bren? What's up, Striker? What's up, Peck Willow 2 coming soon, guys. I'm so excited for Willow 2. IBC Mafia, Blau, what's up, buddy? Oliver, Chad, what's up, Timmy? What is going on, my friend? Nathaniel, Mr. Effer. I love the name. I always love it. Mr. Effer. Guys, I hope your guys' Wednesday is going great. Thank you so much for joining us again. We're going to be talking about, first and foremost, what's happening in the traditional markets. We got to take a look at it right now. The Dow Jones down 0.3% on the daily candle. Again, not too much has changed other than we've maintained, we sustained. And again, we're still keeping an eye on things. All the things, excuse me, the only things that I'm really looking for, I had to sneeze and cough at the same time there. That was so awkward. I was like, my body didn't know what it wanted to do. But, so I've had all kinds of problems today. As you can see, you guys, all I'm really watching, and like I said yesterday, I'm just watching the candles. That's all I'm watching right now, guys. I'm just watching the daily candles. I'm watching to see if the trend stays intact. And that is just making, and again, I'm not looking at really the wicks of the candles. I'm just looking at the bodies of these candles right now in the daily time frame. I'm wanting to see if we can keep making engulfing candles on each day going forward. Again, you can see here, if we just go backwards and back test it, the previous day got engulfed by today, the day before that got engulfed by yesterday, and so on and so forth. That's what I'm really just watching, guys. I'm wanting to see is if we can keep that trend intact on the daily time frame. If you take a look at Market Cipher B, the lower section of the charts, we are starting to make curvature happen right here. But all in all, guys, you know, I'm not front running anything. Like, if you didn't already take positions down here, then I wouldn't definitely suggest, not financial advice because I can't give you that, but I definitely suggest not chasing green candles. Like, I definitely wouldn't suggest retesting. Some people might do this, but like I don't get into positions when I'm retesting resistance, key levels of resistance in the past. Yes, we are above our symmetrical triangle right now. But like I said yesterday, I'm trying to see if we hold up on the top side of which was once resistance and see if we can flip that into support. So that's what I'm waiting for, guys. I'm waiting for the retest. I'm waiting for the reversal. I'm waiting for the back test, whatever you want to call it. That's what I'm waiting for. Let's move on. NASDAQ up 0.59%. Same thing, guys. We broke through previous levels of resistance. Now I want to see if we hold it up or if we use it as support going forward. If it comes back down, I'm going to be watching it like a hawk to see if we just cut through it or thread through it. Like I say, like, you know, we could thread through it like this, and or if we just bounce right off of it, treating it as a springboard of support, and we just trend on the higher side now for once of this zone right here for the NASDAQ. The Russell, the leading indicator in the traditional markets, when you're comparing it to everything else, the Russell doing really, really well, actually up 0.7% right now, really took off away from our current, or which was once resistance right here, 1, 2, 3. We broke through it or cut up and broke through it, right? Really, really good thing. But again, guys, I don't chase green candles. In fact, I sell into green candles. Um, and I'm waiting to see if the reversal happens or if the back test happens. More than likely, it will. I would like to see that actually happen for us to sustain this price action to the upside. Again, it doesn't have to cut all the way back down to this level right here. We could literally come back down and retest. Make it nice here for you guys. Right here, boom, that white line. We can come back. Let me go on the hourly so it's easier for you guys to follow. You see that right there? That's the white line I just put out there for you guys. With price, and look how that worked perfectly, guys. I didn't even mean that. I didn't even mean that to work out. But you guys see what I'm talking about? How we come up, we bounce off the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. We come back down, retest, which was once resistance for us. Did it perfectly over the past couple of hours here. And now it bounced off it and it's carrying on. I want to see if that happens over the course of the day, and or if we just come back down and thread through it and trend on the high side of it for the foreseeable, for the rest of the week, the rest of the day and the rest of the week. That's what I'm watching out for, guys. So I'm just going to leave that up there right now on the hourly. Interestingly enough, we do have a trigger green dot right now on the hourly. So that's a good thing. Looking like the traditional markets are just, oh, what is going on? It does. See, what is happening? Did my thing move? Look, you guys can see my ceiling. It's running away from me. What is happening here? You guys almost saw the palace. You guys almost saw the palace behind me. Now, if you guys actually saw behind me, it's like a bunch of kids stuff and like chaos and probably like, yeah. Anyway, sorry guys, I don't know what that's all about. You guys caught me with my pants down. Don't laugh at me. I'm so embarrassed. Anyway. But yeah, guys, thanks for letting me know, Chris. Right now, we're just carrying on. We do see on the 1 hourly a green trigger buy dot right here. So really, really interesting. I'm gonna go over the next two charts, and then I'm gonna give you guys like my thoughts and what I've already done with my positions. Excuse me. Thank you. Some weird waves in that graph, man. Oh, these waves, yeah. You talking about these waves, are you? They're always weird. Super weird. SPX. Let me see here. Not much that I'm seeing from Market Cipher B, but same thing, guys. I'm trying to see is if we come back down here and retest. Again, this is not the wick on this one. I'm actually looking to see if we retest the, actually, let me make that a little bit better. I'm going to go to the bodies of these first candles here, the tops of these wicks here. And that's what I want to see as far as a retest goes. I'm wanting to see on the 1 hour, if we come back down here and bounce off just like the Russell did. I want to see if that happens for the S&P 500. We can even come down to and thread through and bounce off this was what once was resistance. Gosh, that was a mouthful. And see if it flips into support. But that's pretty much the zones I'm watching for right here. And then I'm watching if it cuts below right here. So that's what I'm looking for today. Interesting. It's really, really interesting. Let's go into Bitcoin right now. Up 2.48% on the day so far. We still have, how much longer do we have actually to close this daily candle? We have 9 hours and 31 minutes. Guys, and look. Remember yesterday we were talking about this triangle that flashed on Market Cipher A? Maybe, just maybe, we repeat what we did here. They don't always play out, which is the frustrating thing about reversal candles on Market Cipher, right? They don't always play out, but maybe, just maybe, we get that same play and we kind of carry on. There's going to be ebbs and flows. If you guys can't really see that there is a little bit of a retest here, and then it just carries on. Maybe we do the same thing where we come up here, come back down here, or retest this level, and then we carry on. But so far, so good. We're still making engulfing candles. We're still carrying on. This looks really, really good, guys. Look at that. We're almost to 24,000 right now. Now, with that being said, I do want to show you guys Market Cipher B real quickly. Looks good on the daily. Let's check the 4 hour, 1 hour. Still looks good on the 4 hour, 1 hour, still holding strong, 24-minute. Looking like, man, hey, man, we might still have room to go. We might still have room to go. I do want to show you guys something, and just like the thumbnail says, realizing profits, right? It's the name of the game. I don't really, right now, it's not the time to get overly bullish. Right now is not the time to start front running yourself and getting overly exposed. Right now is, in my humble opinion, the time to start making sure that you're a winner again. Make sure that whatever position that you are finding yourself in at the current moment, if you're in any kind of position, that you realize that position somewhat, not maybe even entirely, but somewhat, at least realize it somewhat. Because let me show you guys right now on Bitcoin alone, from this low right here, like very few people actually catch the absolute bottoms. But if you had limit orders in there, right, and you have no excuse, because Bitcoin, you can place limit orders just about everywhere. Give or take just about, you are up 25.5%. If you do not realize your initial position, if you do not realize some kind of profits, and you see it leave you over the next couple of days, it's your fault. You have nobody to blame but yourself. If you are too much of a bull and too biased to understand that this could be taken from you just as quickly as it came, then you're not going to last long in this game. So I want to stress to you guys, with everything that we covered today, realize profits when profits are there to be realized. Not financial advice, just a friendly friend-to-friend, peer-to-peer, something for you to think about kind of thing. But you need to realize profits to some extent and lock them in. Like, seriously, this could just be a relief rally. Could. Really, really could. You guys already know my thoughts, my theory that we have seen the worst of it already. So I've already taken some positions. In fact, if you guys were part of the Discord, you guys saw I responded to Blau that I actually have already realized profits. And I'm going to call it the, what do I want to call it, guys? I'm going to call it the triple plus. The plus. I'm going to call it that. I'm going to call it the triple plus, because that's what I'm always ideally looking for with my positions. So I've already realized my initial investment for the position. I've taken profits on top of that. And now I have long-term holdings because of the position that I realized. And I did that with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Atom, Juno, and Evmos. I did it a little bit with Osmosis, but I had positions in all of those, and I fully realized my initial investments, captured some profits, and now I have long-term small. I mean, again, I don't leverage, right? So it was just me capturing a little bit more from our long-term bags to hold for the foreseeable future. And I'm talking about years down the road, right? So I've already realized it. And so I'm basically still in a long-term position, but I'm not on the books. You know what I mean? Because all of those extras that I was able to capture after realizing my initial investment with profits puts me in another long-term position. So the triple plus, right? Like that's what I'm calling it. Maybe it's something else, but I've already done it. I admittingly was not able to realize yesterday's price action, or like a couple of hours ago when things were up a little bit higher. But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. It's not about hitting the absolute bottom or hitting home runs every single time. It's about being smart. So I've already, full disclosure, taken my profits this morning. I made another 10 grand, right around there. Not exactly 10 grand, but I made another 10 grand over the week, or what was it? Yeah, 7 days, over the past 7 days, another 10 grand off all of those positions, not being leveraged. And now I still have long-term holdings over it. Really do. So yeah. Any questions at all? Am I missing anything here? Go away.
I need some help.
No. Go.
Just bring it up here.
Okay. My sons don't respect me. They don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I act like I have any power. I don't have any power over what my children do because they don't listen to me. Sorry, guys. I've just really stopped trying to ban them from coming in the room because they're going to do it anyway. They don't care. They don't care, guys. Let me make sure. Let me catch up with... No, I don't want to do that. But yeah. Let me see here. Did I miss any take? You should take a peek at commodities. Interesting time in the world. It is very, very interesting. Let me see here. They're not scared of me, dude. They're not scared of me at all. It's remind me if I forget, but yeah, that is interesting. Like the biggest thing that I'm really interested in with commodities is like the situation between Russia right now, especially, with their um not just oil, but with platinum, with all of their precious metals, and also um they do nickel. They do a lot of different. They have actually a lot. They provide a lot of precious metals. But what am I trying to think of? Sam, ask me. No, you see this laptop? Do not touch it. Go downstairs before you don't get anything. I'm gonna count to three, and you better go shut my door. This is the special laptop, ladies and gentlemen.
Not fair. I wanted to play the game on it.
This is the important laptop, and my son's trying to play a video game on it. No, no, sir. No, sir.
But I wanted to play.
Yeah, you can. Don't mess with my stuff, dude. Go downstairs.
What?
1 second, guys. I'm gonna have to have one less son in just a second. 1 second. Can you carry on for me, please? 1 second. Sorry, guys. Real life, real dude. Goodness gracious. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. Are you muted? They can't even hear you. Jeez, look, I failed on all fronts, guys. I failed on all fronts. I'm sorry. It's one of those days. Can somebody please start school again? I'm dying here, man. You're breaking me, Tony. You're breaking me. What was I saying? With Russia though, they're turning back on their I want to keep saying oil. Is it oil? Their fuel, whatever. They're supposed to be turning it back on. So that's really, really interesting. But I should look at that later. I don't think I'm gonna do it on stream, but definitely should do that later. What's going on, Oliver? What's up, Pardesh? Ambito says, when you get to alts, can you cover e-money and GM? For sure. It's interesting that it's one of the only ones not riding this rally, just getting beat up. It is. That would be very interesting to look at. I haven't looked at that.
Same with it. Most their charts just like flatlining at the moment.
Well,
Makes you
almost like you like. Honestly,
it's expected, but you know what? You should see it move with the market a little bit. Are they selling? You know what I mean? While the market's going, I don't know.
Yeah. Let me see here. I'm trying to catch up, guys. Anything to do with making batteries would be something to look into. I agree. Batteries have always been super interesting to me. Real quick story.
You hear about that guy that made that battery in his garage, and it's like way better than all these other companies that are trying to make with their research teams and shit.
You know how many groundbreaking things were made in a garage?
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous.
But I remember telling my dad
I was really into RC cars
to get into it was a battery company. But if we would have got in, we probably wouldn't be having this talk. Of course, my dad doesn't listen to me, like my kids don't listen to me. So, what does that tell you? I agree. Commodities are important to look at. ES, good to look for short term, medium term also. Yep. Would take a whole nother stream for everything probably. Yeah, it would. And that's why, you know what? That's a good stream for tomorrow. And we'll do that tomorrow. Unless something crazy happens in the Cosmos space again, which I'm expecting probably will. Damn, I thought I heard a ghost sighing in my ears. What you saying, Bren? What? You creeping me out, Bren. You gotta move. You hearing ghost? That's not good, dude. Actually, you know what? Sorry. So everything is so off now. Ghosts are an interesting thing. You know how people I get it, ghosts, if you believe in that kind of stuff. I find it really interesting when people believe and then they don't believe in ghosts. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like that, they literally just nullifies that whole, like, what? Like, I don't know. So like for me, if ghosts are real, like I feel a lot more secure with dying. Like I really don't know why. I just do. Like that just means like there is
like
a chance.
Sure.
Like
I'm like 80% sure there's an afterlife.
oh, I'm like, yeah, I don't need to go down there. I'm like really, I'm like, but yeah. But still, like when people are like, oh, haunted houses, I'm like, yeah, it's scary. But at the same time, if they're here, that means I can go somewhere else, possibly. Like,
Yeah.
so cool, like whatever. And
I have a theory behind all that. It goes very deep.
totally off topic, guys. We're supposed to be talking about crypto, not ghost. Anyway, let's move on, guys. Bitcoin still flirting with $24,000. Again, I've already realized profits. It was a good week. $10,000, not on leverage, give or take. It wasn't exactly $10,000, but that's a good time. And now I still have everything for the long haul, clear, like scot free. So it is what it is. Let's move into our Cosmos ecosystem and talk about our favorite space, though. Let's go ahead and see. Atom still holding above $10. I know it's down 2.17% on the daily, but with every ebb, there is a flow. And right now, we are just doing our thing, which is absolutely fine with me. On the 4-hour time frame, you can see right here. Again, I have a lot of things are going on right now on my chart. So forgive me, guys. I keep them up there for quite a long time. I don't invalidate things just because. Matter of fact, look, I still have my damn triangle that we had up here still on my chart. If you guys, I don't know, it's been a while, so maybe let me explain this. All I did basically, guys, to get to where we're at with this is I basically, we were in this triangle, right? I took the line. This isn't going to be exact. I just measured the opening of it. Jeez, dying over here. This isn't actually even exact either. I think what it was from the opening, and I think it was actually higher because it went all the way out here, give or take, something like that. But what I did was I dropped it like this, and I believe we moved this a few times since, but I went ahead and did it in reverse, got my Fibonacci lines, just taking it, my Fibonacci retracement, pulling it back up, and now, oh yeah, I did move it. Yeah, that's right. I did move it after that. But now, that's how we got our fibs, and then I did it again here. That's how I get my fibs. I just do Fibonacci retracements, and I pull it from reverse back up to the top of when we broke out of a pattern. That's how we are right now. That's how we've gotten the golden pocket, and that's how I've been measuring things for some time here. Now we also have these lines here that we set for our short-term plays, limit orders. The great thing about Atom is you can set limit orders on just about almost every exchange, right? But we are seeing ourselves rally quite a bit from this low, which obviously was not able to catch that absolute bottom. But right now, we are still up 83% basically from that low, which is amazing. So again, guys, if you're not taking profits on this rally, which I would like to see Atom stay above $10, obviously, and then, see it go for even further, like long term. But any position that you took down here, guys, please recognize them. I know I was showing you guys this box right here for a lot of you guys just recently. If you guys got on these positions as well, like I just want to put perspective in. Like I'm not even from that bottom here, right? Just somewhere in the middle of our zone right there that we were sharing. You're still up 40% on the action right now. Realize them profits, guys. Realize them gains. Like I know we're all bullish long term for Atom. We are going to be in this space for the foreseeable future, until they kick me out of the party and stuff like that. Like I get it, but like please, for Pete's sake, for your own sake, make sure that you're capturing profits. That's the name of the game, right? The name of the game is to not just hold on forever. It's not. The name of the game is to be profitable. That's what the name of the game is. So realize maybe your initial investment plus profits, and then realize a little bit to hold on to long term, that plus. Realize it, guys. But yeah, I'm really liking this price action right now. It's actually fighting for position on the charts. If you look at Market Cipher B, again, we're on the 4-hour. It's coming down with the RSIs. We did just get, just recently on the past 4-hour candle, we did just get that sell dot right here. Boom. But if you go to the 1 hour, look how it's fighting for position. We also have a trigger dot right here saying, no, 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 we don't want to go for the slippery slide. And if you go to the 24-minute, we also have a lot of battling happening on the chart. We have another trigger dot. Look at all these guys. Look at all this price action right now. Green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red. It is battling it out right now on the chart. This is 24-minute, 4 hour, looking good. 24-minute, its corresponding time frame, looking really, really good. 1 hour, also looking really, really good. 2 hour, more than likely going to form another trigger dot and maybe might push us back up into $10.50, giving you another chance, if it does, to realize profits. Look at how, again, this trend line that I showed you guys the other day, which is our resistance trend line right here. Again, 1, 2, I did this yesterday where I projected it out, right? Look how it's holding up right now. And I told you guys, more than likely, price action is going to get sold into, or it's going to see a lot of volatility, a lot of suppression right here, a lot of resistance right on this trend line and right at this fib, which is the 0.5. You see how it's poop, coming right back down. That should be expected. And we showed you guys, yesterday that that's what we were thinking was going to happen. So we're just seeing, what we already thought was going to play out. So be prepared for it, guys. Be prepared for it. Secret right now, coming back down to the 5. We're actually just above it right now. Held up pretty well on a 2. Actually, we're on the 2 hour. On the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, holding up pretty well right here. Boom, boom, boom. You can see these wicks right here, right? Came back down to this fib. Oops. Gosh, let me go. This is why I hate lower time frames. Came back down to this fib, which is the 0.5. You can see that we're sitting on it right here, right? Boom. We do have a red X on Market Cipher A, but look at these wicks on the bottom of these candles. It's trying really, really hard to stay above the 0.5. Trying really, really hard to stay above the 0.5. Interesting. So that's what we're looking for right here. If you're in positions and you're in profits, realize them. And then none of this matters. Like, it's really interesting to me because, I'm just rinsing, repeating now. None of this matters to me. I don't even think, do I have any positions open, like limit orders open? Maybe I still have some Bitcoin positions open. I don't think I do. This is a J2000 with his story again. What's up, buddy? I'm so glad you're back. Juno right now, $3.40, give or take, was up to like, give or take about $3.50. Again, I wasn't able to actually capture that entirely. I sold out just about right where we are right now, earlier this morning. So, I could have realized a little bit more profits. It is what it is. So I'm still ultimately really, really happy with the positions that I took and the realization of profits that I've been able to realize. But right now, again, look at how we're fighting. Look at how we're fighting these certain levels that I've had on my chart for a long time. We've had these dotted lines on the charts for a long, long time, and they're just playing out. So again, we came up here right now with price action from the low. We are up, give or take, right around 41%. If you're not realizing profits on this, you only have yourself to blame. So again, today's show is all about me making you feel bad about not realizing some kind of profits. Apparently, that's all today's show is all about, is realizing profits. Dang it. So yeah, I think the message is getting pretty clear. But we're down 0.35% on the daily chart right now, starting to fight for positions. Let's take a look at Market Cipher B again. Let's see what it's telling us. The 4 hour, trying to maintain itself. The 1 hour, not looking as great as the previous chart for Secret. 24-minute, we do have a trigger dot telling us that, it's trying to sustain itself. We have to see if this 24-minute leads into the 1 hour, into the 4 hour, and then the 4 hour into the daily. But don't front run things. Again, guys, we do have nice curvature happening on the daily for Juno, bringing us back up, hopefully into the green, into the positive money flow from this negative money flow taking place. So we have to still give that some time to play out as well. But I am liking this curvature from the bottom here, rounding back up to the top. Osmosis up about 2% on this chart. We are looking like we are trying to cross right now into that position on the charts right now, from the negative money flow into the green money flow. Again, this is a short-lived chart, but that's what we're looking for right now. We're looking that looks like we are trying to transition and break back into that green positive money flow. It's going to look like this right here, guys. Boom, when you cross in and hit that green money flow and start coming into positive money flow, that's what we're talking about right here. Same thing for Ethereum. You see how we're trying to make that push up here. Hopefully we're going to pop back into the positive money flow. That would be a really, really good thing. But Osmosis looking like it's trying to do that right now. It's really, really thin, to be honest with you, though. If you look at the money flow right here, and I try to make this a little bit bigger for you, if you're looking at Market Cipher B and you're looking at how thin this actually looks, again, let me show you guys. You see how thin this layer is? It's like a layer of ice, right? Like if this is a frozen pond, this is super, super thick, right? Like you could walk on this. Right here, as we're crossing into it, it's thinning and thinning and thinning. So we're going to see a lot more volatility as we get into the thinner section of the ice here. But we are needing to break through that thickness. And this is going to be the weak point of the ice, right? This is where we need to capitalize. And if we do see price action start leading in, this is where we're going to have to actually make a good punch through the ice so that we can peek our head above and get some good clean air into our lungs and hopefully make a push into that positive money flow, guys. So that's what we're looking at right there with the momentum waves. Again, guys, look, we've had these levels on the charts, and it was really, really hard, admittingly, for the Osmosis charts. I just picked levels, and I did it by averaging. As you guys can see here, by averaging butts of candles and then the averages of these wicks. Wick measurements are really, really hard because they're not really good indicators of true price action, especially if you're using Japanese candles, which I like to use, right? Some people will say, Tank, use regular candles, blah, 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 blah. I like Japanese candles, and I like how they work with Market Cipher. So what I did was I just took averages between these wicks here, and you can see I laid them down, and, you know, it is what it is. You have to be very, very active, because unless you're on BitGet, unless you had some really crazy roundabout way of getting limit orders for Osmosis, you really can't. So you have to be really, really active to hit some of these levels. I was watching this. I took a lot of chances on this, admittingly, but I was able to get a little bit here, and obviously a little bit here. It was actually in reverse, right? Because I DCA into fours, but I DCA'd here, here, here. Thankfully, it stopped. It didn't fulfill this, but it touched a little bit with my DCA. But thankfully it stopped, and I was able to actually realize the gains that we are seeing right now from this bottom. I actually should do the middle right now because on average, it was like pretty much here for me. But I'm up 36%. So I realized profits. Again, you just got to. If you don't, you're a big old dummy. So, and that's not me being mean, but that's me being mean. But right now, guys, we are trying to make our push back above $1. I'm hopeful. I'm really, really hopeful for what I'm seeing for Osmosis. I think the catalyst will be if something gets released from Sunny and the team here shortly on their platform that might, you know, pull it even further. You know, give the Osmo token a bit more bullishness. But yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. Long-term game for me and Osmo, though. Long-term game. Did I miss anything on the charts? What's up, Bad Fat? What's up, Cash Still? Umi is trending on CoinGecko. Really? We'll have to take a look at that. Adam did go on a massive tear. I do want to remind you guys, though, if you guys haven't been in the Cosmos ecosystem for very long, usually the way things go is Adam will move when Adam and Dot, actually, be very honest with you, Adam and Dot, any interoperable play moves against or without the rest of the market. And then when the rest of the market moves, we slow down. It is what it is, guys. So like, I'm not surprised to see Solana, Cardano, Ethereum, even though Cardano is technically in our family, and everything else kind of move without Adam. Adam's already moved over the past couple of days, so it's just taking a breather. But that's unfortunately how it works. So not really all too concerned right now. I'd be concerned if it broke back down below $10. But yeah, really, really liking seeing what's happening with Adam. Okay, story time. After Degen minted the final Maneki, Tank began unveiling the true purpose of being a holder. What transpired next was a price appreciation like the Cosmos world has never seen.
Well, it's basically what's been happening since you mint started.
You just wait. You guys don't even know. Phases were melting as even common Manekis were going for 6 figures. That would be awesome. Although I like, honestly, I don't want anybody to sell the Maneki. Like there is a minting, because like, obviously gotta get something. Like, look, I'm just being honest. Like, people gotta get paid somehow. I'd like to, if people don't believe in me, get paid on the non-belief, whatever, right? Like, if like there is royalties there, but like really, if I'm being very honest with you guys, I had to get talked into those royalties. But I don't want anybody to sell. Like, I really hope nobody sells their Manekis. Actually, matter of fact, let me take a look real quick. Yes, there's still no Manekis on the market right now. I'm pretty sure this is like a record. I'm pretty sure this is a record. Look, Stargaze. Somebody message Stargaze, because I want the people to be, not me. I want the people to be recognized, dang it. I don't think this has ever happened for any project. And all of you guys that are holding Manekis, this is about you, damn it. This is about you. You guys need to get the recognition from it. Somebody phone the White House. Let them know. I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube. They're going to be like, they're talking about the White House. You got to shut down that channel. It's a joke. It's a joke, YouTube. Somebody phone somebody important over there. Let them know, guys. Let them know. We're making history. But no, seriously, I hope nobody does sell their Manekis, like, at all. I don't want any, like, the royalties at all. That's just something that's there. But I'm getting so I don't know why I did this, like a damn silverback gorilla or something like that. But like, I'm getting so crazy bullish on it. I can't wait for the first where I can actually tell you guys that. Meanwhile, Bren sold a Maneki. Oh, we're gonna have to throw Bren off a bridge. If he sold a Maneki, we're gonna have to throw him off a bridge. Brought back in Fortis, hoping the biggest moonshot ever. Story's too unrealistic. I missed your story so much, J3000. I still need 2x from here before I can take profits. No, you don't. No, you don't. Pardesh says, mine is staked. What can I do? Wait, I guess, apparently. But like, again, this is something that maybe I don't talk about that enough as well. Guys, remember, even with your positions, you need to be fluid. We had a really big talk about like how I like to maneuver in DEXs and in DeFi. And one of the biggest things I told you guys maybe a month ago was the ability to be fluid and liquid. That gives you the ability to realize profits. You cannot just go lock up everything. Go ahead. You could hear.
My mic wasn't working. Yeah, like my strategy is a lot better for people who are staked. Like I basically will get to a coin goal on my staking, which I never remove, but I sell all the interest off of it. I never compound it because, you're not taking profits for your initial investment.
Yeah. And BitGet does have an Evmos chart. Look at that.
Oh, really?
Look at that wick on the daily, guys. Holy crap. I'm telling you guys, there's something like some people are like, why do you use these charts? Because these rogue charts are where the money's at. Look at that wick today for Evmos, guys, on BitGet. Look at that. I don't know. I have to research. I don't know if this API or anything like that. That's 123% to where we are right now. If you had limit orders on there, went to 80 something cents. That's insane.
Yeah, somebody fucked up that order. They sold too low.
That's insane. Guys, take a look. Like I'm telling you too, like look at
it doesn't look like an API issue either. I think somebody actually just sold really low.
Because like look at this one right here. Like that's crazy. Look at again, Akash, guys. I'm telling you guys. Later, Blau. Later, buddy. Peace. Timmy says he disagreed. What are we talking about? Disagree about wood. But guys, look at Akash. Like, look at these. There's some crazy charts out there, guys. It is up 17% again. You could have, I've been sharing this with you guys. Admittedly, I got off the Akash money-making train because I was focusing on other things like the Maneki and all this other stuff. But like,
yeah, Timmy's right. But that's why he is looking at those weird charts. You get little weird opportunities with
the thin order books
with bad spread.
Yeah. Like again, I'm purely talking about potential speculating potential, right? Like I like looking at these things because there's a lot of, that I like volatility. One of the biggest reasons I got into crypto was because I was seeking the volatile markets. Like there's opportunities there, right? Like it's not for everybody, definitely not for everybody. And I definitely don't recommend like for your long-term thing, but this is like this is about as degen as I get, super degen as I get, is things like BitGet and stuff like that. But like you can take advantage of thin order books if you got bigger bowls. If you got a bigger bowls. But like take a look at Akash, guys. Bittrex right here. I got off this money-making train because, I want to give a lot of focus, every bit of my focus. But I was telling you guys a couple videos ago, these levels here, like these are 80%, 50 plus 80% moves. It's insane. Look how it's hitting these lines. Look at these. These have been here. You guys know, you guys can go back test. These have been here. And if you just rinsed and repeated and you were again, a week, I told you guys the other day, I'm more of a week long kind of trader when I trade things, especially on spot, right? Like I don't
swing trader, right?
Yeah, like I'm a true swing trader, but like if you like 1 week, right? That's 1 week. This is 9 bars, 9 days. Even here, like if I just go 7 days, 69%, right? Same thing here. Boom. I get this low to where we're at right now. 4 days, 49%. It's insane. It's insane stuff. But this is like big balls stuff. This is true degen stuff. I just find it really, really interesting. But yeah, this Evmos on BitGet, that's crazy. That's crazy. Akash is crazy. Crazy. I feel like Pauly Shore. I don't know if I'm dating myself right there, but this is crazy, man. Liking it. Even not so much. Well, I guess Juno did have some crazy wicks to the upside too on BitGet, but like again, thin order books. You can like I could if I wanted to like if you ever wanted to feel like a whale, you could go to a place like BitGet and like take $10,000 and move the market and be like and record it and be like, you ever move the market? I did. Like you can do something like that. That is a good. Actually, let's go take a look on the Evmos and see if I can pull up the volume on the channels here. Boom. Let's go on the 1 hour. Choo choo. Look at that. Choo choo. It's crazy looking. That's crazy. Look how steady basically that is for like the longest time. And pow. That's massive. That's massive. I want to see the Akash one. I actually never did look at that. I'll just look at the Akash one. Look at that. Look how it's a lot, so much. I hate these charts, by the way. I hate these charts, but you can kind of see them here, how the spikes happen. It's on the 1 hour. If we go to the daily, it's going to look a lot better. Look at that shit. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
Yeah,
sorry.
I've had people coming into the chats all day or for like the last few days talking about the team's wallets and stuff like that. It's so annoying.
Which one are you talking about?
For Comdex.
For Comdex. Let's move into Osmosis. We can pivot there, right? Like, let me bring up the Osmosis charts real quickly, and we'll talk about some stuff there because I know we had a couple of requests, and then we can get into like some core topics again. Never a dull moment in the IBC. And Timmy, if you have a moment, if you want to jump in, you definitely can, brother. We're hanging out, same place. I would love to get your opinion about what we've been seeing, if you are willing to give me your opinion about what we've been seeing recently. Again, no pressure about that as well. Let's go into. We already covered Juno. That's right. We already covered Juno. Stargaze is up 2.17%. It is sitting at 0.026. Looking really, really good right now. Again, guys, if you know, it was really crazy. I was listening to an NFT space the other day, full of other NFT project managers or launchers, and I think it was Cosmos DeFi that was hosting. Maybe it was Little Gains. I'm not sure, but I was listening to them talk about like their projects and how they've been adjusting price for their projects as the markets were moving, and I was wondering, should I bring it back down to $200 for the rest of and just try to keep it at $200. Cause I don't it's great. Yeah. Great. Now it costs somebody $230 basically for what the mint's price is, for a Maneki. But again, I'm not trying to bleed people to death and nickel and dime them. I like them to get a Maneki for what it is and what I know it is, but I don't want to also dilute the value of a Maneki for everybody else as well. Right now, everybody that holds a Maneki, guess what? You're up. You're up. For the vast majority, you guys are all up. So I don't want to take that away as well. Is that a bad idea? That's a dumb idea, right? You guys tell me. No problem, Timmy. I appreciate you, man. Yes, do it, DGen. Guys, seriously, let me know. You guys are all Maneki holders, right? Bring the price back down to 200 to reflect 200, or just let the market kind of give its value for what it is. Admittingly, because there was a moment, admittingly as well, throughout the mint. When did we launch, guys? We launched on the 11th, right? We launched on the 11th. Yes, we launched on the 11th. Admittingly, there was a point here where if you really wanted to get the Maneki over the launch, you could have got it dirt cheap. You could have got it basically for the whitelist, and you could have got 3 of them on top of that, so I don't know. It makes sense. You have to adjust for the market. Was listening to that too. There was a few days where people could have bought it for $160, $170, basically what a whitelist was too. So yeah. So I'm having a hard time, when I was listening to that conversation, understand it for other projects, and what they're trying to do and stuff like that. But for Manekis, it's a totally different thing. And it's going to make a lot of sense to you guys, in hindsight, when I talk about it more on the first, right? But yeah, why are you saying don't change the price? There was a few days, Brent says there was a few days where people could buy at 160, 170, basically like a whitelist like everybody else. Strike is saying, I didn't buy public, but I like the idea. Bad Fat says, I think given the mint is shutting, changing the price may be good to get a few more people on board. The problem is, again, it's not about the reach of how many people mint out, the minting out or the percent. It's nice that we're at 15 right now, but that's already mind blowing to me. I'm not trying to do something just to capture a few more people. That's not what it is. I'm trying to be fair as much as I possibly can be for people to get exposure to a Maneki while also being fair to the people who were committed enough that already got one, and went through this high price point, or the price point that it actually increased, right? And then sold off basically with stars. So you could have got it at a lower price point, but all the people that held through, because there's no Manekis being sold right now, also held through this. I also want to be super, super fair and reasonable and beneficial to the holders, right? So that's where I'm kind of coming from. What's up, Spade? So 160 would be awesome. No, definitely not going back to a whitelist. Definitely not doing that. You think Mr. Teller says, I think most people who would be buying right now probably own one. So I feel like maybe leave it, to be honest. I'm just going to leave it be, let the market deal with it. Kind of if you weren't committed like everybody else was. But see it honestly though, Brent, if I change it, if it goes up to 400, if stars rockets, right? And just from you holding, this is just speculation talk, right? If it's just for you holding a Maneki, I don't want to devalue you guys. Think about it. You guys literally, for some of you guys that have whitelist, you've more than doubled now if it goes to 400. Why would I ever take that away from you guys? I don't want you guys to sell it, but again, I don't also want to devalue anybody as well. Maybe I just leave it. Maybe I just leave it, let the market deal with it, and the market can deal with it. And let people make their decisions about it. Again, I don't want anybody to sell, but I can't blame somebody if they see something go up a double and you're not taking, like I've said a million times, I'm all about double ups, right? If you guys feel like you have to, and you want to cut your nose off to spite your face for a double, maybe you're going to do that. I don't know. Do I, Opa? I don't know. Do I have an incentive plan? Do I have a plan if you guys buy another one? Do you think I don't have plans? That's my question to you guys. Do you guys think I haven't thought this out entirely each and every day? You don't think I go to sleep holding my necky cuddle bear and talk to it each and every night and wake up to it and go, we're going to do great things together, Teddy. I'm just joking. I can't make you any promises or guarantees. I can't tell you, stop trying to pull my teeth. Anyway, let's go into it, guys. So Star is doing really, really well. I think I'm just like, maybe we'll talk about it more, but I think I'm just going to leave it because it went down on my necky hole and I want to keep talking about the charts. Maneki body pillow. Sorry guys. But yeah, so Star's looking really, really good. I really need to get more NFT guys like Cosmos. And by the way, Homestead, I hope you're feeling good. I saw Homestead went to go get checked out. I think he got bit by like some kind of bad tick or something like that, right? Like, just know he works on the Homestead. But like, hopefully you feel better, buddy. Hopefully you're here for tomorrow. Need to get more and more people to let me know about everything that's happening on the NFT platforms. Because right now, I love Stargaze, but guys, Omniflix is making me crazy. Like, I'm so bullish on what's happening with Omniflix as far as like being a content person and being able to put out content. Like, what if I change everything and just go on Omniflix? That would be crazy. I would love to do that. Striker. DAO? There is a DAO. I can't say that much. There is a DAO. My wife doesn't even cuddle, so like I need a cuddle pillow. My wife, like, we have one of those California king beds with like the zero gravity adjustable things, and like my wife is like, she's on the other side of the island. I promise you, like I wouldn't even know she's on the bed. Like, a killer could come and get me at night. Like, my bed is that comfortable. Like, it's got that memory foam and all that stuff. Like, seriously, could creep up on my bed like a horror story. I would never know. I don't feel anything when I'm on my bed. I love my bed. But my wife is all the way over there. She's one of those people where like we start off like touching feet or like touching hands or whatever. And then when it comes to like nighttime, it's get the hell away from me because you're too warm. My wife is a freaking oven. Kick her off to that side of the bed. Yeah, no cuddles. I don't even know. I don't even know she's there. I'm all over the place today, guys. I'm so sorry. Let's look at a couple of other things. Persistence right now, 24-hour price change, 12.17%. What the heck was this, my friends? Timmy, do you know something I don't know? What the heck was this? This is the 15-minute chart, guys. Hochum. From that chart, from that 150-minute candle went up 58.78%, give or take, right around there. That's insane. What is happening? I hate missing out on double-digit gains. This makes me feel bad, especially when it comes out of the left field. Tank has waifu pillow. Yes. Oh gosh, guys, there's so much Manekis can do. So much Manekis and like so much things I want to do later with you guys. That sounded really bad. Comdex right here, guys. Let's look at Comdex with everything that's been happening. This is the 15-minute chart. Look at, guys. Let's look at this. Insane. From the bottom to where we're at right now, 29, basically 30%. You were at a high just recently of about 35% price action. I've told you guys so many times of my past where I have done $500 to $10,000 on osmosis, because again, it's just like we should do that. We should do that stream again where we talked about like what I look for as far as like playing around in DeFi, as far as like platforms and like how I like to trade and where I like to trade and like, where I like to basically go playing in my playground. We should definitely talk about that. But like, again, even with the small amount of fees that we have, like, guys, off leverage, just on spot, you cannot ignore a 30% gain in 48 hours. You cannot ignore those kind of things. If you are hyper focused, which you have to be because there's no limits, and God forbid when they give me limit orders on this DEX, I'm going to be a wolf eating people alive. So hopefully you guys are part of the pack and not the sheeps running around scared, because I'm coming. I'm coming for everything. You give me limit orders, I'm going to be eating like nobody's business. But good gravy. Good gravy. Akash too, guys. Like, we were looking at Akash. I think it was the BitGet chart, right? Again, let's look at Akash, guys. I'm telling you, that doesn't happen as much on Osmosis, but there is opportunities here on Osmosis as well. Again, this is the 1 hour chart. We're talking about Akash, guys. And I've told you guys that I was on that gravy train, because it was a paying gravy train for a long time on spot, on Osmosis, where the fees are low and the liquidity is still there, and the ability to be fluid and move in and out of not just a stable coin like USDC, but other assets that I'm bullish on are readily available like that. 43% over the past week. It's insane for a swing trader like myself.
Or beer back.
Yeah. Insane. Guys, $500 to $10,000 is easily doable on Osmosis, even in this current market condition. I'm showing it to you right here. Do you not see what I'm seeing? You need to realize profits, though, when profits are there to be realized. You need to realize movements when they go up certain percentages and grab them. Grab them. And you guys ever watched the Red Sonja or Conan the Barbarian, where that supermodel, she was that African supermodel, I forget what her name was, but she was the warrior, and she was like, said something about a man. They were talking about like mating. She was like, I just take them. I take what I want. I take them. I grab them. You got. I should come up with like something on my stream deck was like, grab them. And she has her face, grab them, take your profits. But guys, it's there all day long. I don't know oh my goodness gracious. Let's look at like, what's going on with Cerberus? It's even on your meme coins right now. What is happening? Somebody tell me what's happening with Cerberus right now. This is happening as we're talking. From the low here to this high, you're 65%. What? Profit-taking season, my friends. What's up, Rusty? Profit-taking season is here. You guys found out the true utility of the Maneki body pillows. You know what's really funny? Could you imagine? No, look. Hey, wait a minute. You might be onto something, my friend. Look. Could you imagine a Maneki? This is a cute little thingy. This is a plushie if I've ever seen a plushie ever. Could you imagine the color schemes? This is something that your kids will take from you, and that would be highly sought after if you were at a theme park shooting hoops trying to win your girlfriend or something like that, or like the state fair. Are you telling me that cannot be a plushie? That is a body pillow if I've ever seen a body pillow, my friends. That is a huggable plushie if I've ever seen one. If you guys steal that idea, look, I'm coming after you. I said it right now. I'm coming after you guys. That is a great idea. That is a great idea. That is a plushie. Someone put me in touch with somebody that can make this happen. Somebody put me in touch. The only utility was sleeping. If everybody if Tech convinced everybody to buy a $200 body pillow, I respect him even more. I'm not that much of an evil genius. But yeah, guys, if I even got talked into that, I would be like, what? Guys, look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff right now. Umi. Okay, wait. They said Umi's trending. Let's look at Umi. Umi's trending. Somebody fill me in. Bren, where'd you go? 10.29% on this daily. Let's take a look at the expert chart right here. on the 15-minute. Why is Umi trending though? What's going on with Umi? Right now to price action, 16%. 16%. That's respectable. That's respectable all day long. Guys, don't tell me you can't make money. 22% to the high before it flushed out and came back down. 20-ish percent, 21, 20-ish percent from where it really topped out if you give an average there. But guys, that looks amazing. What is going on with Umi? You just stopped sleeping all of a sudden? Guys, on the 1 hour though, from where it was at the bottom there, you're talking about 34, you're talking about 40% over the past 7 days. Insane. What's up, Sunrise Myri? On your shitty phone. Why work? Why work? Look, guys. Mark my words, guys. We're gonna have to stop this whole 9 to 5 stuff for some of you guys. We're gonna have to stop all this 9 to 5 stuff. It's getting in my way of providing quality content, life-changing content, possibly for people and their financial futures, positions currently, whatever you want to call that. Not financial advice, but it's getting in my dang way. Look, I'm gonna have to have a talk with your manager over there, Bren. Umi has been active on Twitter lately. Uminot's causing it. Uminot's causing it. Yay! What's that? Hey, you know what's actually funny? I actually had this up, Rusty. So, Rusty, do you have a minute? Are you at your regular job? Would you like to talk about Uminot's? Maybe. I know we're kind of getting to a little, hour and a half mark or whatever it is. But if you would like to, jump on in. No work, no bills, just Maneki. That's right. Somebody put that in there. Someone hashtag no work, no bills, just Maneki. But guys, I do want to share with you guys this. You guys know that we love the Knots team. We love Rusty. We love Jerry. And by the way, Jerry was speaking with us on a Spaces yesterday, and Grits told me that I called him Rusty. If I did, I apologize. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. But guys, check out this tweet. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. Time to sell a house and get... No, I don't know about that, Ryu. We'll come back to it if Rusty can't. But yeah, check it out, guys. They do have their Umi knot, and it must have been. If I don't know what's happening with Umi, but if anything pumped Umi, it's the Umi knot for sure. And I'm not even being sarcastic about that, because that's the only thing that I see happening right now. What the heck is happening with Umi? Let's go on into some other things though. I did want to talk to you guys about, again, I'm just bringing it to light. Like maybe we're sick of talking about this stuff, but like on yesterday's Twitter Spaces, we were talking about unhealthy practices. I talk about it a lot, in our space, and we had conversations about protocols recently, basically promoting or sponsoring unhealthy practices lately in the space. And it's actually happening in basically every little hole that we look in as far as the Cosmos ecosystem goes. And we gotta stop. We gotta think of a way, guys, to start really correcting these bad habits that are becoming mainstream, becoming basically to the point, like I expect to see crappy things each and every day, and I want to change that. And it starts with us. That's the only thing. And I know Timmy is here. We talked about this the other day. I think this is a perfect, maybe, campaign. Maybe I'll put it up as a proposal for Spark IBC, because it has to come from the community. It has to come from the third party. It has to come from the inside for us to actually change, right? We need to do something to where maybe we start a campaign on with Spark IBC to start putting down or streamlining expectations, via what the whole ecosystem deems appropriate, right? Like not just our points of view or our expectations as personalities, or call us influencers, whatever you want to call us, but from what the community, respectively, what the community collectively thinks is the more appropriate thing to do in certain situations, whether it's, how you look for a validator, or how you expect certain validators to or what you should expect from validators in general, right? Like maybe not necessarily act, but just what to expect from healthy individuals, and maybe what red flags are and stuff like that. Just it's not like an all binding document, or like an all encompassing, you know, I guess you can call it a Bible to live by, but maybe because the Bible is, right, not to go down this, it's all about how you interpret it. And it's kind of like rules to live by to make you a better person in the space. So maybe we write like a Cosmos Bible, per se, to where it like kind of gives you basic guidelines or basic expectations to live by within this space. And that could range from just a normal everyday cosmonaut to developers to, relayers and validators, like for everybody to get a good idea of how you should be acting. Because right now, one of the things that we're seeing, right, we talked about Jacob, we talked about the ICF, we've talked about bad habits, unhealthy business practices, unhealthy money management with not just, we're kind of segueing, pivoting from the ICF, but like with community funds, with governance and sponsorships and stuff like that. Now we're seeing with marketing, poor business habits, poor decisions being made by protocols. And I've got to be honest, like CMDX, like, you got when you have sponsors, I used to have sponsored athletes, for like the gyms and stuff like that. When you have representatives that you are paying to put out product information or whatever it is, right, that you're paying them. Whatever, if it's just advertising, if you're paying somebody, they are an arm or an extension of your platform. They are a representative of, whether it's indirectly or directly, of your company and your protocol and your tech. What we've seen recently with CMDX, right, is basically some controversial people that they've teamed up with after they, this is all about how you view them, after they put out their list of people, right? We've seen that they are basically sponsoring individuals who are known shillers. And there's nothing wrong with shillers, but like known shillers, known plagiarists, known bad actors in this space. And by default, when you do that, you are promoting or saying that you are okay with these unhealthy practices within our ecosystem. So whether they meant to do it intentionally or not, by default and by association, by sponsoring, by making that connection, that partnership with your individuals or whoever it is, you are saying that you are okay with these unhealthy practices. And so with everything that's recently been going on, I'm not picking the individuals. I'm more coming back on the protocol level and on the business side of things. I actually had I'm retracting my statement before where I said I didn't see any problem with CMDX marketing. I do now have a problem because I've given it more thought. I have a problem with who you choose to align yourself with, who you choose to sponsor. You cannot just pick somebody and say, oh no, I'm just giving them stuff. Like I don't have any control over what they do or say. You do have control on the relationship that you maintain going forward. And it's on you to do your homework as well as it's on us to do our homework about you and vice versa. You do have a responsibility. You do have a responsibility on who you choose to be in cahoots with. So I kind of want to point that out. With everything that's been happening with CMDX, and again, I'm still bullish on the potential for CMDX. I like what they're building. They obviously don't have anything just yet out, but I am not bullish on, and I'm disgusted about this, wiping your hands or washing your hands of responsibility that's happening in our ecosystem. As a developer, I get it. You guys like to develop. You guys don't like to face the consequences of your long-term act, like the long-term responsibility of your actions. And I'm being fucking honest when I say this too. There is a lot of cannibalistic, vampire-ish parents in this ecosystem where all they do to stay relevant, and I'm being fucking honest about this, I don't care if I get monetized about this, Being super honest about it. If you look around, there's a lot of cannibalistic parents to where they develop and then they suck the life force out of that child that they birthed into the space via governance, funding, whatever it is. They suck the life force out of them. And then they just move on to something else to stay relevant because builders need to build. Developers need to develop. How about we change the game and instead of always moving on to the next thing, which I get it, it's evolving. We need to expand, right? How about we start focusing on nurturing and conditioning and growing like good parents should our children. And instead of birthing them into the space and getting as much out of it as we can so that we can build something else and turn our attention, how about we start turning our attention back to our children in the space and practice good, long, healthy business decisions, good, long, healthy money management, instead of just taking until something else comes along that you can work on. I'm fucking sick and tired of it. I get it. Your value comes from being a developer. I get it. Keep developing what you've already developed instead of just throwing it to the wayside and saying, oh, something else needs me. I can point out 5, maybe even more key figures in our space that are involved in everything under the sun. Why do you think that is? Truly ask yourself, why do you think that is? From a business standpoint. Get out of the narrative, get out of your bias about I'm a developer, get out of your bias about all this other stuff and how important or valuable you think you are. I keep going back because I'm a parent and it's frustrating to no extent, right? So I'm going to use the parent example again. You can partake in the creation of a child, but it's one thing to be the birth parent of somebody and then to be an active parent. It's one thing to be a dad and it's one thing to be a father. Parents nurture. Parents build up. Parents don't just leave to your own accord. Ever. You could be a grown person after, like 18 years old. A parent will never just leave you. Some do that are assholes, but I'm just like, think about it. Really think about what I'm saying. I'm trying to be nice as I possibly can, but I'm done pulling punches. I'm done with these bad habits, these poor decision making, poor money management, this poor business practices that are in the space. You're eating your own children. You're cutting your nose off to spite your face. I'm being really real about that. Swoo went into a rant right there. Everybody's like, all right, thanks.
Preach,
Piss.
brother, preach.
Yeah. Say, what's up, man? Sorry about this.
No, man, this is good shit. It's all real. And, yeah, there's, I like the parent analogy, man. It's like when you have kids and you go to the Little League games and these asshole parents are just abusing their kids pretty much just verbally all over them to, because they did something wrong. And it's like, this is the reason these kids will never want to do this because you're just sucking it out of them. You're making it not fun for them. But yeah. Great analogy.
There's a lot of emotional parents here that, again, that's a great analogy as well, right? Like those parents that just scream to high heaven instead of letting their kids figure themselves out and grow into something potentially very valuable, as things, right? Like not even, I'm using an analogy here, but is it about you and your importance, or is it about the kid? We can talk about Adam and make that correlation all day long about key individuals in the space, right? We can talk about several other projects in our ecosystem. Is it about the developers or is it about the actual product? Is it about you, parents, or is it about these children that you're birthing into the space? How many children are you going to have with other other projects, by the way, too. You ever think about that? You ever think about that, guys? How many, I'm gonna just use the dad because I'm a dad, right? I'm a guy. How many children you having as a father in the space and then using the ecosystem to get your checks to sustain yourself? Are you guys following what I'm throwing out there? Anyway, just some food for thought, guys. We need to come up with something. We need to come up with something to start changing the way that we do things here in our space. If we really want this to be a long-term thing, we cannot be promoting cannibalistic parents. We cannot be promoting those kind of activities within our space. We really can't. And that's from developers to validators to relayers to like protocols in general. We can't. And we definitely can't have abusive aunties and uncles coming into the space smacking our kids around. Because it's coming. IBC is going to connect us all. We're going to have aunties, uncles from different TVLs come in, and they're going to start wanting to abuse the shit out of everything as well. No. We got to have standards of how we act and condone ourselves and conduct ourselves here. So, Poppy. Rusty, I'm sorry that it's hard. How do you follow up with that, right? I'm very sorry. Tell us about Umi. Tell me about the Umi knots. I'm so sorry.
No, brother, you do you, man. You gotta get up there and let the people know. I felt like I was at church, brother. I had my hands raised and was feeling the Holy Ghost, man.
Yo.
So, no, the Yumi knots, man. Let me say this. So we're doing this airdrop, and this has been the most confusing damn airdrop I've ever done in my life. This is like you need to apply the damn quadratic equation to figure out what the hell you're getting. But so we're going to do let me real quick. So we created UmiNot a while ago, and we've just kind of been sitting on them and not really sure what we were going to do. We don't have a validator over on Yumi. We had been in talks, but it just kind of been put on the back burner. So we decided, hey, why don't we just do a limited mint? We're just going to do a 500 total mint. We're going to put 250 on the market and then save 250 for airdrops and just different kind of giveaways. But we have this airdrop going on right now where, if you own a Netanot, you'll get an animation. If you own 8 out of 10 comics, you get 3 animations. If you own 3 comics, you get another animation. So it's a lot of stuff going in here, but so we'll be doing the Yumi knots. If you own 6 animations, you get the Yumi knot. So like I was saying, it's really confusing, and I'm going to blame Jerry for this. He came up with this, and I was just left to try and reverse engineer it and come up with the numbers and the addresses and figure out who the hell's actually getting it. So we should have that coming out soon, the airdrops, all the animations and stuff, and then we'll do a few airdrops for everything else, being the Netanot holders, right? We'll do those in increments of 100, but it should be exciting. It's a really small mint, but these, they look awesome, right? I mean, the orb is a fishbowl. There's a lot of cool shit with these. And like I said, I mean, this is obviously the reason that the Yumi price is going up, right?
You're damn right it is. You damn right it is. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say real quick, we have our little Knots news on Thursday night. So we will actually have somebody from Yumi on there, a guy named AJ, who's part of that team. He's going to come on and just kind of give us a talk about Yumi, because I being honest, I don't know that much about Yumi, and I don't think a lot of people do. So we've been kind of in talks with them. We're going to give some of them, and they're going to do some giveaways as well. But he will be on kind of giving an overview of Yumi and just coming on and shooting the shit.
I need to tune into that because I need to know more about Umi.
Yeah, and then one other thing, just to give another plug, we're going to have somebody from Lavana Protocol on there as well too, which is going to be really hot. I mean, that those are awesome. If anyone's seen the dragons and the eggs and everything they're doing, um, so they're going to also be on tomorrow night. So if anyone wants to
We,
check in on that, please join us. It'll be cool. And then just the usual banter
you know
going
what I
back
would
and
love to
forth.
have? Let's try to get. Can we get Loop on there with you guys at some point?
A- Absolutely, we've been in talks with Loop. Obviously, we're trying to do everything to get onto their platform. It seems like we're potentially a go, but I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch.
Yeah.
But Loop is really exciting, and the stuff they're doing, and the way that you can, um, you know, kind of stake those NFTs and get you're combining NFTs and DeFi together. It's really exciting, and
Hmm.
everyone we've talked to over there is really cool. Absolutely, I would love to have them. Everyone I've ever talked to is just super exciting, and they're bringing new ideas, and I'm really bullish on that platform. So,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I would love to at some point. I'm gonna try, guys. It's hard because I know Rusty and Jerry have the regular jobs and stuff like that. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna reach out to them as well and see if I can't get all of us on a maybe a live stream and talk about Loop and what they're doing. And I have this thanks to Cosmos DeFi. I have this new. I'm gonna try to do it on Restream where I can get you guys all on the screen where people don't just have to look at my ugly mug all the time. But yeah, I would love to be able to get Loop and you guys and get everybody else in the know about, what you guys might be doing possibly here shortly with Loop, and then what Loop is doing right now with NFTs. It's super cool, super cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to you guys. Guys, don't miss out. If you guys don't follow them already, let me go back here. If you guys don't follow the Knots team, definitely check out their. Oops, let me go here. I have all this up. Check out their Twitter handle. I'll link it here for you guys. They have their spaces tomorrow, and like they said, they're gonna have. It's tomorrow, right? You're gonna have Umi up there, or
Yes,
representative tomorrow.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So
Don't miss out on that.
it's normally at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, but my son has an orientation for his football. He's going to be on the football team this coming up year. So it's
Nice.
so they rescheduled that, and it we had to bump everything back by about 75 minutes to make sure that I could make it. But it's going to be fun. Like I said, with Lavana and then the guy from Yumi on there.
Yeah.
It's super exciting. But Loop, I would absolutely love to do something. It would be great. And anytime people can see my ugly face as well too, I will get on there. We definitely are about showing our faces as well too. I think people like to actually see that there's actually a person behind the curtain.
Yeah.
So yeah, anytime we would love that. But a lot of exciting stuff. But I'm really bullish about Loop. And then last kind of thing, I don't want to go into a Knots rant, but we're in discussions with Bitsong. This has been going back and forth, but we're working on something really special with Bitsong, and that's going to take a little bit longer. But
I think a couple of people. I think Haas has been talking about Bitsong. Like he's been getting really bullish on Bitsong. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. You guys know Cosmos Spaces. If you guys don't know Cosmos Haas, he's one of our friends of our channel. But like, I'm pretty sure. Why am I looking at AEW? I'm pretty sure he's been saying on like for whatever reason he's been getting really bullish with Bitsong. So like I'm really interested there. What's happening with Bitsong as well? So maybe that's just a sign. It's you, Haas. Everybody's talking about Bitsong all of a sudden. Maybe I need to start looking at him.
yeah, they released this little Dex, this fan token Dex Sinfonia. I think it's called, and they've had a lot of volume on there so far. So. Like you've heard before, we met with the guy and he gave us a breakdown and started breaking out flow charts and all this crazy mad scientist stuff. And then Jerry ended up going and buying some Bitsong. So they've got a lot of cool stuff.
They talked Jerry into it. Jerry's like, let me go buy some.
Yeah. I mean, this guy was like breaking out. It's like when they're trying to catch a killer and you got the strings all connected to different possible suspects. And
yeah,
that was almost like what it was like. But the dude was a mad scientist, but we're in constant talks with him. But it's going to be, a Bitsong knot, but we want to add music into that from these different artists with working with these artists as well and doing all of that. So it'll be a combination of NFTs with the audio involved in there, and it'll be super super cool, something completely different. But
Can I pick your brain for one more thing? I know you said you didn't want to, but
yes,
I
sir.
want to. Tell me about TPK. I want to know more. When? I love these guys, dude.
So yeah. Trailer Park Kids is our newest thing, right? We wanted to get away. We don't want to get away, but we don't want to just be the robot blockchain guys, right? So we had been discussing. We had talked about. We were talking about, hey, maybe a series with kids, and then somehow we had talked about Garbage Pail Kids, which was something really popular. I know a lot of the listeners are younger, but in the 80s there was a thing called Garbage Pail Kids, and they were just crazy, like ugly little kids, and they would just do.
It was super popular, guys.
It was great. I mean, I remember seeing the movie in the movie theaters, which the movie was absolutely terrible, but
I forgot all about that. I can't believe I forgot about that. They did have a movie.
I watched the trailer again last week. It was garbage.
Did you?
It was a lot cooler when you're like 8.
Hey, it's like Dolph Lundgren playing He-Man, and you go back and look at them. Like back then, it was freaking mind blowing, and you go back and look at it and you go, "What the hell?"
But yeah, so that was a little bit of inspiration. But we started talking about a kid series, and then somehow I came up and I said, man, have you ever just Googled trash cans from around the world? Think about how many trash cans there are in types. And then it was like, well, what about kids in trash cans? Okay, well, what about kids at a trailer park?
Rusty, were you drinking when you had that thought?
I was on the bus going to work, so of course I was drinking.
It's not such a...
But it just blossomed. It just blossomed from there.
I love it.
But they're fun. It's really kind of edgy. We wanted to do something different. We wanted to push the limits a little bit. But so we've got kind of this channel on our Discord, and it's Ambito, myself, Jerry, and the artist, where we're just going back and forth, throwing different ideas out there. So they're really fun. It's dirty little kids. Like I said before, you would never want your daughter to bring one of these kids home with her, but they're certainly fun to have as NFTs. We're going to do some different one-of-ones. We're going to even do a tank one-of-one.
Honored.
So it's going to be, it'll be great. We're going to do, I think, about 30 one-of-ones included in here. So it's going to be really cool. We're just trying to, I always preach this, just adapting, changing, never getting set in your ways, because the moment you do, you're just going to get left behind.
Yeah.
So it's been really fun. It's great. I hope people take to it. They're going to be edgy, like I said. I mean, it's going to have kids, cigarettes and tattoos and stuff like that. But it's been really, really fun to just think of the different ideas, and the one-of-ones are going to be hot.
One thing I really love about the quality. One of the things I really love is the quality that you guys do. All of your guys' work, right? Like I know, obviously, like this isn't necessarily a profile, or what is it called? A
PFP?
PFP, yeah. Like I know that's not really what you guys do, but you guys, you know what's really interesting about this, and I'm definitely going to be doing this. Even though I'm so honored, they just told me I'm gonna get a 1-1. That's amazing. But like I could see people just kind of going towards this, or like getting pulled to this, because you're going to be like the quality, guys. The quality in the art that they put out from the Knots team is just so high tier, like it's so high level quality that if you, I can't do it else here, but if you did it on Maneki, you could do this on Manekis all day long. Just zoom in as far as you want, and it's so clean, so crisp that I'm seeing. I'm calling right now. I'm seeing a lot of people just buying these because I would. And relating to them and using them as their profiles. Like this is so and just the Garbage Pail like reference and stuff like that. It's like I think this is gonna be a killer. This is gonna be great. Just saying it, guys. I think it's gonna be great.
Thank you very much. And you know we're making a one-of-one for you, but we're doing a couple. But it's people that. This is not some shill. We're not giving it out to Cryptocito, and no offense to him, but these are people that we're doing a couple, but it's for the people that we actually have relationships with, and who are really providing a platform for other people. So it should be really fun. But I'm more excited about this than any other one. It's really edgy.
Yeah.
I've got all of my family lives in trailers. So I don't come from a good upbringing, or a very humble beginnings. Let's say that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could have good. What are you talking about? You could have good beginnings from a trailer.
Well, my family is not. This is
I got
being
you,
honest. This
yeah.
is poor white trash. But so kind of an ode to them. But it'll be fun, man. And thanks for the kind words. It'll be super fun and edgy, and I hope people like it.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. And even though, like, I'm so honored if I get one, I'm going to get a couple of them regardless. And I might get them and be like, this is going to be my son. This is going to be, you've seen them, little monsters. Like, I'm going to be like, that one looks just like my son. I'm going to get that one. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be minting some out for sure. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited about, guys, earlier before Rusty got on, you guys know I'm such a conservative person when it comes to business, when it comes to business practices or money management, because I really do honestly believe there's, yes, a lot of risks that you have to take when you're in business, but the risks that you take and the things that you do when you're in business or when you're playing with money or when you're, using money like we use in this ecosystem, you have to be responsible about it. You have to be more thoughtful. You have to be more considerate, and you have to do certain things differently, in my opinion. So I'm sorry if I keep preaching so much lately about, what I'm seeing in this ecosystem and the things that are concerning to me. And I do want to give all credit where credit's due, especially to these individuals that I'm calling parents or cannibalistic parents. They are invaluable for what they've done in the past. But I do want to also remind you guys, just because you've done great things in the past does not make your actions currently or the actions in the future, that doesn't give them a free pass. You're only as good as your current day. You're only as good as your current actions. You could be the person that's never sinned in your entire life and done everything genuine your entire life with as the best that you possibly could. But the day you wake up and you go out and you hurt another individual intentionally, the day you go out and you intentionally, whether it be physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever you do, harm another individual or person or thing, you're not worth two shits. So again, it's all about how we are currently. And that's all I'm trying to address is the current positions that we are. I'm not trying to devalue people's importance or the past achievements that they've had previously. I want to address the problems that we currently have and address them in a constructive manner so that we can sustain this ecosystem that we love so much going forward. We do need to correct some nasty habits that seem to be becoming, unfortunately, what's to be expected or the standard here. We need to break away from these things. And I'm talking about such as, what we expect from validators, what we expect from relayers, what we expect from devs, and what they expect from us as far as governance participants in this ecosystem. It's everybody's duty, not anybody. It starts on certain tiers. It definitely does, because we got to lead by example. But hopefully you guys see this and hear me as somebody that's trying to lead by example. And maybe I do burn a couple of bridges. That's fine. Sometimes to forge forward, you gotta do that. You cannot be making progress if you're not running into static or friction. If you're not running into static or friction, guess what? You're not actually moving forward. You're not, so that's what I'm trying to do. And I hope that anybody that may see this, or maybe somebody goes and runs and tells somebody else they're talking about you or whatever it is, look, don't let this out either. When you do copy and paste and show these, I'm not trying to come down on anybody in particular or point shade at one individual or entity in its entirety. There's bad things happening across the board, and I'm not perfect either. But we should strive to be as best as possible, and that is never something that's going to be something that we can do. We're just human. We're people, right? But we should strive at least to be better with our business practices, with the people that we endorse, with the people that we choose to delegate with the protocols and investments that we choose to spend our capital on. We can be better. We need to be. So that's all I was trying to say. And again, I don't want to make this end of this video me just apologizing, because I don't apologize for shit. I mean what I say, but I just don't want people to be taking what I'm saying wrong. Like, you know, I want this to work for every IBC gang member, every cosmonaut, everybody in the Cosmos ecosystem, and it begins with us. So again, guys, I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in each and every day, sharing with people that we're live and that we're giving out the information, whether it be charting, fundamentals, or, you know, what protocols or like NFT projects like Jerry them are doing. I really, really do appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't already, please consider liking the video. Even if you found a lot of it disagreeable, like it. Sometimes like that's where you need to be hanging out, is where you disagree, you know, not where you always agree. So like the video, even if you agree or disagree, share it with your family and friends, hit that little bell notification, subscribe. It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, guys. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Peace. Get out of here. Bye. Later, Jerry. Or Rusty. I said Jerry again. So